Japan, a country made of a series of islands in the middle of the Pacific. Small yet so vast with its culture. At one point, when people thought of Japan, they thought of samurai, ninjas, onis, and geishas, maybe even tempura and, for some, sake. But those who haven't lived under a rock for the past several decades, it's, well, Japanese animation, comics, popularly known as anime and manga. Cultural staples of Japan that made their modern come up shortly after the World War II in the late 1940s, only to later bleed further into the international entertainment market in the late 80s. They are often talked about together but share more differences than most realize, however. Today, that will not be our focus. Today, we will be talking about manga and the many it has inspired abroad its homeland and created, as well as asking the question, can a mangaka be foreign?
Hey, what's up, Shining Otaku? It's Game on Cloud 9 here, along with myself, Finn. And as two massive fans of manga and creatives, this is a topic we've seen circle around the community quite a few times, so we really wanted to bring this one to the forefront.
Some would say Gods of Life is a manga. Some would say it's just a comic. It could be in any categories, labeled as anything. So what do you all think?
And with this topic, we're going to keep it raw and informative. But let's first talk about a few game changers.
Felipe Smith is the creator of a manga series, Peipo Cho, and is accredited with being the first Western mangaka to be published in Japan in 2010.
He's also the creator of Robbie Reyes, an all-new Ghost Rider for all my Marvel fans out there.
Looking for a way into the industry, he studied manga and took up Japanese language.
He later submitted his work to MBQ, to Tokyo Pop's Rising Star Manga Contest, which led to him later on getting an official deal with Kodansha.
What's interesting about Smith's Peipo Cho is that he doesn't shy away from cultural differences within his work. In fact, he references weeaboos and chose to tackle head-on the nerdy Western fans' ideas of what Japan is. Next up is another breakthrough in the industry, French mangaka Tony Valente and his series Radiant. Radiant has 11 volumes and counting, but most important of all, it's got anime status, putting it amongst the few outside of Japan getting an adaptation and a syndication in October 2018.
And it's actually pretty easy to find too if you head over to Crunchyroll or go to the Funimation for the dub. Even One Punch Man's Yusuke Murata and Fairy Tail's Hiro Mashima acknowledge it.
But of course, we can't leave it there with France.
France is one of the largest importers of manga across the world and has a lot of manga artists, so the competition's pretty strong. You'd be surprised at what's been made by a French creator. I mean, I actually found out that the fan-made manga Dragon Ball Multiverse, which I'm sure a lot of you hardcore fans out there have probably checked it out or seen it floating around the net, was made by two French mangaka, Solidaire and Gogeta Jr., who have also went on to make other creations online as well.
Back in 2008, France started its own movement called La Nouvelle Manga, the fusion between French, Belgian, and Japanese styles. But to truly go in depth with that topic, it requires its own video in itself. Last but certainly not least, there's the influence Korean people have had on manga.
There are many manga where the creators of them are Korean, but some of them have assumed the Japanese pen name. For example, if you've ever looked at the manga Sunken Rock, or if you're a fan of one of the newer Weekly Shonen Jump series, Dr. Stone, then you may not have known one of its creators, Boichi, is actually Korean.
Another notable mention before him is manga and manhwa creator Lim Dal-young, who is the creator of Black God and Freezing. South Korea has a special history with manga and its own version called manhwa. If you read stories like The God of High School or The Gamer, you know what I'm talking about. But just like La Nouvelle manga, that's going to require a video of its own.
Now that's just touching the surface of non-Japanese involvement in manga. There are many other creators and groups that have had involvement within the industry, but let us return to the original question. Can we consider any of them, ourselves included, mangaka? What do you say, Ann?
Well, I say they are mangakas, actually. We're talking about creators here who are influenced by the style and a bit in their own flavor to their own originality.
I would say that when you look at Japanese culture, or look at compare that with hip hop. Hip hop is spread across the world. You have people in different cultures that, have taken hip hop form on. They've learned to rap. They've been able to tell a message through that medium. And I think that manga can work the same way. However, I would make the argument that whenever you're using an art form, you do need to have an understanding of that art form. Simply using part of the style, I don't think you could consider yourself to be of that art form. Thank you for checking out this video. Make sure you go ahead and put a thumbs up, click that bell, and subscribe if you want to check out more content.
We'll see you next time, everyone. Catch you later.